seen Nicola and Mum in like probably about 3 months or something, so this will be good. G'day! No way it was that easy to scare you. Hey, Mama.
Hello,
how are you?
Miss you too.
Dad like raised the idea of going to Coachella kind of just as a joke. When Dad said that, Mum was there. Mum was like, we have to go. Like, you cannot joke about this. Mum kind of pushed it, and then eventually like she persuaded Dad and everything, and so now today we're heading off to Coachella. But going to Coachella, you're actually not allowed to use like any DSLR cameras or mirrorless cameras. Anything that looks really professional, you're not allowed to bring it, which absolutely sucks, and it killed me when I heard that. Some company called Sandmark hit me up and they said like, oh, we do like lenses and stuff for iPhones. Because I can't use my big camera, ow, I'm gonna be using my iPhone and using these lenses. Whoa. Got a macro lens, a wide lens, hell yes. Telephoto lens, good for portraits. Be interesting to see how these pull up. I want to see if I can get any really cool festival photos that actually look like they've been taken on an SLR or a mirrorless camera. So let's get going. Hey guys, do you think it's cool to go to Coachella with your parents?
Yeah. 100%.
Hi, how's it going? Nice to meet you, I'm Hayden. How's it going?
Good, welcome.
Well, this is a once in a lifetime experience, so we're just gonna live it up while it lasts.
So this is Safari, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
These are all of the yurts that are here.
How many yurts are there?
There's currently 14. There's
only 14 in the whole festival.
Yeah, they're pretty much like one of the most exclusive packages you can get.
Dad, what have you done? That's actually naughty. Like, you know what?
I put it on your credit card.
Yeah. I'll take a photo just from here of the door. It's just the door. And now, whoa, okay. And now I'll take a photo of the door. Huge difference. Massive, massive, massive difference. You can almost see the top of the whole yurt with this lens. I've actually never used a macro lens in my whole life. Even just screwing it on, you can see the detail in my fingers. Look at all that detail. You can see that my lens is so dirty. The macro lens is like super close up. Like literally like this. So I'm not gonna use that. All right, the last one. This is the one that I'm probably the most excited for. This is the normal camera right here. But then this one is the second camera, and this second camera is for portrait mode, and pretty much that's just like a more bumped in, like 35 mil sort of thing. And 35 times 2 is 70 mil, so that's pretty much what this is gonna allow it to do. Nice, just right there. That's gonna be awesome, because then when we take this out, we'll have a nice short depth of field. Everything will be really nice and compressed. So this lens and the wide angle lens are my two favorite lenses. Why does this place smell like fake tan?
Mum, you're all tucked away.
I'm tired.
You're tired.
I'm jet lagged.
Shh, go to bed. Go to bed.
Night night.
It's the first day. Excited, Mama?
So excited.
This will be so interesting. So just being out there, like taking photos. There's so many iPhones. The photos on Instagram are gonna be very similar to the ones that I'm taking right now, and I hate that. When I'm doing photography, I want it to be different. I want it to stand out. Like even with this lens and everything, and like the other lens that I have on, you can take really good photos on an iPhone. I'm just complaining because the lighting's like not perfect. Just the scenery, I feel like if I can get my camera out there, the photos I would be able to take would be awesome. But the problem is, like, obviously, is you're not allowed to do it and you get in trouble. I talked to my friend, well, I don't know him, but like his name's Henry. He's like a really talented photographer, and he told me that like he was here last weekend at Coachella and he bought his camera out and they cracked it at him instantly. And then he had his other friend, which is also a photographer, and he took his camera out. He got only a few photos and they got cracked out instantly as well. Like the security is really tight here. What if they asked me to like format my memory card? I don't have like an extra memory card, so if they did that, this whole vlog would be gone. So if that happened, I would be proper mad.
You would be mad. You'd be proper mad.
I'll be proper mad. I'll be dumb mad.
You should have a smaller lens on.
Smaller lens.
Yeah, it's too big.
I think this draws more attention, but we'll see what happens. Cheers. First round passed.
We'll see how the next one goes.
How's it going, man?
Good. Oh man, I'm sorry, Nature.
Yeah, good one. You actually got me freaked out. Do you think I should have it on this? This draws more attention, don't you think?
I'm holding that.
Yeah, with the thing, like you can tell that it's a camera, can't you?
Nah.
Okay.
Just be cool about it.
I'm just being paranoid.
Drop it down like that.
Here's the main round of security. Thanks, man. I swear it is getting like busier and busier as we do this. Now that I've got my camera, I want to get a photo like with some water. Get a lot of like movement in it, like maybe like whipping the hair or something like that. But if we do the water thing, like we might splash someone. That's the only thing. I don't know how we're gonna do this. Nicola's got this little like milk carton thing. I want to put one of the water bottles in there, and I want to get her to like kind of swing it around, get some movement in it, and then I'll Photoshop the thing out later, and we'll see if it's not milk coming out, but it's still liquid, so it's good enough. I reckon it'll make a good photo. We'll see. When you do this pose, you can't like look back whatsoever. Like you just gotta do it. I feel like people are definitely gonna get wet.
I don't know how to do it. It's hard.
You did it too small. You need to just go like that. Yeah, just trust me.
How do I do it? Like that, and then I'll go like that.
Alright, we'll give it a go.
I'll try.
I don't know. We will get the shots though. Down to our last water. I'm just doing all kinds of different poses. I actually have no idea what I'm doing. If we don't get it now, then that's it.
Is that alright?
What was that? Just like... I don't know whether we got the shot. I don't think we did, but the point is we came out and we did some shooting, so keen to edit these and get back. Let's go. Coachella 2019. What do you mean? That was just absolutely ridiculous. The coolest thing about this is it is completely out of my character to go to a festival like this. Like the only other festival that I've ever been to was Beyond the Valley, and that's like in Warragul. I ended up sneaking into that festival. That's like... Anyway, I think that the coolest thing about going to this festival was not just getting like the cool photos, meeting the new people and stuff. You don't know my name still.
Justin.
What do you mean?
James.
You're not even close.
Tom. Dave.
I give up.
Patrick.
Alright, yeah, it's Patrick.
Is it Patrick?
Yeah, it is.
It's
It actually is.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was
You
a
just
fucking
high-fived
yes,
my
that
camera.
was amazing.
Getting to like try something completely new and doing something completely out of the blue. Like I feel like that's what actually living life is. Doing something that's completely like out of your comfort zone. So I ended up meeting up with this girl. Her name's Anika. I saw that she posted on Instagram that she was at Coachella. So I ended up like meeting up with her and she ended up modeling for me. The wide angle lens actually works really well for a lot of landscapes and stuff. And the quality is amazing. Like I don't think you can really tell the difference between an iPhone and an actual like SLR camera. So I ended up shooting with that a fair bit around like the structures. And if you go up really close to like some massive structure, the wide angle lens is really good for that. And plus, like, it kind of leads down into like the bottom third of the lens because it kind of like warps it down like that, if that makes any sense. And that like directs the attention to the subjects in the frame, which is pretty cool. I did the same thing with like that massive like astronaut kind of thing. That thing is massive. The lens makes it look small. Everyone was trying to get a photo in front of it. Like, people were literally pushing other people out of the way just so they could get a photo in front of this thing. And I was just thinking, like, these guys don't even have a wide angle lens. Like, they're just shooting with their normal iPhones. They're not even able to get this big ass sculpture thing in the actual frame as it is. That's the iPhone photos. I would have spent a lot more time on it if I had a lot more time in the festival. Throwing around water and stuff like that, like everything with particles, just like experimenting, whatever. You don't even know what it's gonna turn out like. And that's why I love doing like particle photography, high speed photography. It's like really random and it all comes down to timing. And sometimes it can just be really lucky to have like a frame where like the particles are going in the direction that you want. And that's why I directed Nicola, like when she was doing that like whole movement where she was kicking up her knee, I wanted her to like flick the water up and then like down, so it came into like this circular sort of motion, and it sort of worked out. I actually like the fact that there's a lot of people there. It just fills up the frame kind of thing. And then obviously you have the colors of the rainbow thing in the background. And then I went up to other random people and they just like, oh, the amount of effort that goes into some of these costumes is just absolutely next level. I ended up taking photos of her and I asked her how long she took to like kind of like prepare her costume and everything like that. And she said it took her 6 months to prepare this costume. Half a year. What do you do after the festival and everything? Like, is that it? Like, do you ever wear it ever again to a different festival? That's so much time in your life. Like, each to their own. Obviously, I think it's really cool. Like, people put so much effort into it. It's great. And then I also took this like last photo of this girl. Her name's like Lauren Berryman. I don't even know how to say her name, but she's from the band called Churches. I happened to get this photo while she was like posing like this. And obviously, like, I didn't ask her to pose like that. Like, she was just like being all sassy on stage. And the timing of this photo, I'm really proud of. I love the lighting in this. It's like nice and red and pink and like all colorful and stuff. I think that's the biggest thing that I take away from Coachella is just like all of the color and just like the poppiness of the photos. I really hope I get to go back next year. It was one of the best experiences in my life so far, hands down. And being able to experience it with my family, like, there's just nothing better. Anyway, so question of the day. How did you find your style, or how long did it take? I think that style is kind of a weird word. Kind of like boxes a creator into like one sort of thing. Like style, it's very subjective, shooting particles and stuff. That's what I like to shoot the most. But that said, I still love shooting landscapes and like, I just like, if there was a style for me, it would just be variety, like just doing all different kinds of stuff. I actually don't know how to answer that question. I really hope that provided some insight. I actually did nothing. Anyway, if you like this video, maybe consider liking and subscribing. It's up to you. You know what to do. It was awesome hanging out with you again, and I'll catch you next time.